Darren, I know that fight week can be a little repetitive sometimes and a lot of stuff going on, but I wonder, being back here, main event, big fight feel, like, is it important to kind of get this groove again?
Yeah, it's funny to think I've only had 6 UFC fights, and 4 of them, this is my 4th, will be main events. That's I'm doing big things in the industry of MMA, and I'm becoming a bigger and bigger name quicker, and people are taking notice. And I just, as I always say in every interview, I say it's cliche, I do want to be one of the best ever, and this is definitely the right direction. And in the fight game, it can't all be highs. There's highs and lows. My last one was a big low for me, and you just have to take it with a pinch of salt. And for me, there's a key word, and it's evolving.
What was the process of moving past that? I mean, I know how emotional you were, but sometimes we hear that, hey, losses are good, right? I mean, they help you dial in things that you need to fix, whatever. But I mean, what was the process of moving past that?
I don't think I'll ever move past it. A lot of fights say, "Oh, I'm done." I'm not ashamed to say it still hurts every day if it comes to mind. I've watched the fight many times, and it's just something inside of me. Even if I ever get the rematch with Woodley and beat him, that first fight will still be a thorn inside of me. And I've always said that openly, you can't really go through this life, a normal life or the fighting life, with it all being highs. The lows do come, and I always said that a loss would come, and a loss may come again. A loss could happen Saturday. I'm not scared to talk about it, because it's all reality. I am a realist, and to get past it, you've just got to. It's not about getting better. It's just about learning from little tiny mistakes. It's all like little mistakes that you think you did wrong, and you work on them, and you try and grow from them. And people, I know there's a famous saying, like a lot of people say, win or learn, but to me it's just you win or you lose, and I lost, and I just tried to change a few little mistakes what I felt I made. But ultimately, as I'll always say, on that night, that the guy that fought me was better.
What was your emotion watching Tyron lose? I wonder if that was frustrating. Were you hoping to get back to him for the belt?
Well, I hope to get if you said to me now, what would you prefer, title shot or rematch? I'd want the rematch. I just want to avenge that one loss and prove that I'm better than him. But to me, and this is not on disrespecting Usman in no way, I actually sent Usman a message after the fight, congratulating him and saying that, I can't wait to fight. I know Usman was chasing me a while back, but now it's me obviously chasing him. But it just didn't seem to me like that the Woodley turned up to fight me. Like I know when he was fighting me, he was scared. When you're fighting a guy like me, you have to be scared. You know what I bring to the table. And he said it openly, and I could feel the fear, but that fear drove him on. He was so powerful and quick and aggressive. And as much as Usman looked so good in there, like a top level fighter, Woodley just didn't seem the same Woodley as we've seen previously, and he'll still go down as one of the best ever, but just didn't seem like the guy we knew. And that's nothing taken away from Usman. He perfected that strategy, but it was a weird fight, and it was a good fight. I enjoyed the fight. A lot of people might say, oh, they were on the ground, whatever, but I really enjoyed that fight.
I wanted to ask you about staying at welterweight, because I kind of thought it was you just being bullheaded and and saying, I got to do this. But I look at you this week, man. You're looking lean. So give me the outlook. I mean, how are you feeling right now? And does this maybe your home longer than we thought?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, my coach is behind you there. He knows. He knows that I trust him 100% fully, whatever he says. Sometimes he gives me bits of advice out the outside and maybe not take it. But in fighting, I know he knows what's best. And as I've just been speaking to you off camera there, nutrition is key. And I'm not a guy who eat shit on a daily basis, but since I've come in touch with the guy we call Shefsky now, that's his trademark name, it's just changed everything. Like 3 weeks out from fights and the meals he's making me, it's not diet meals. He's making it fun. I'm enjoying going home and I'm watching him cook and what he's cooking for me, and I'm snacking. And even this week, I mean, on Monday and Tuesday, big meals from him, and they weren't, plain, like plain chicken. It's all, he knows what he's doing. He's a vital part of the team now, and he's not just a vital part of the team, he's a friend. So I think that is one of the keys in staying at welterweight.
Nice. Let's talk about this matchup. I mean, there's no drama here, which I wonder if that's a good thing. Part of me thinks you kind of like to have a chip on your shoulder when you go into fights, but you guys have been pretty respectful. So what is the feeling like ahead of facing a dangerous guy, but not emotion?
I just remember when I first met Masvidal in London a few weeks ago, and sometimes off camera people are different to when they are on camera, and I'm the same on or off. If you've got a problem with me, you can sort it on camera or off. And I just seen him, and you know, he's a mean looking dude, and we shook hands, and it was like, yeah, you're okay. And then I've got nothing bad to say about a guy who hasn't got any ego to prove. He knows what he is. People know what he is. I mean, I was watching I'm 26 now. I was watching Masvidal when I was a young boy, in not in the cage but on the street, and I've just got respect for him. It doesn't mean I don't want to kill him, because I do, but I've just got a lot of respect for him.
Why put that pressure on yourself where you said, I won't be happy unless I win this in the first round? That seems like a tall order.
Yeah, because if it happens, you know, a lot of people will sit back and go, he did what he said. But I know the guy I'm facing, and I know that it could turn into a 5-round absolute war, blood, sweat and tears, and either one gets me excited. So, you know, you can't just have it in your mind. You know, you got to speak openly what you want to do, and I always talk openly what I want to achieve and what I want to do, and I want to achieve a first round knockout over Masvidal.
Lay out what happens from here, man. This will be a big win. The top of the division is turned, so I mean, it's wide open right now. Lay out. You said big things are coming. You're laying them out. How does this year work out for you?
Yeah, I just don't want to, like, you know, look too much. I feel like I need to respect my opponent enough to just worry about Saturday, but now that there's been a change of tide in the champions, I don't feel like I was getting the rematch straight away, but I feel like I can definitely campaign. You know, all goes well Saturday for me, I can definitely campaign for a title shot. And I know there's a lot of guys calling my name out. One, as everyone says, Ben, Leon's called my name, there's a few other guys, Santiago and that, but I'm still number 3, so there's nowhere for me to go. Now, if I win Saturday, I can't move forward because every guy there, one's an interim champ, or was, one is a former, you know, one of the GOATs, and one's the champion, so I definitely should campaign for it. I feel like I've got that right.